Charlie Chaplin said, life is a tragedy in a close-up, and it's a comedy in a long shot. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for encouraging me on this mission of book reading series. And as you all understand, books are our great friends, and we are an average of our 5 friends. That's what the Japanese saying says. Well, I'm all here to propagate, promote the good vibes, and I think reading good books is spreading good vibe, right? So I'm sure we are in the mid of January now. I'm in the new year, and we all have set a tone for this year 2025. So today I'm going to talk about a book on meditation. Meditation. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. Marcus Aurelius Meditation. My wife, Dr. Kranti, had suggested me of this book. Though me and my wife, my better half, we are into meditation for more than 3 decades now, and especially Vipassana, and myself had spent good number of years in Osho, and then for last 3 decades, I'm very sincerely connected with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 nobody has impacted me as what 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 what is meditation? Do we really meditate? Or whatever the techniques we do, it could be any kind of meditation which we call. I feel they are meditation techniques. They are the tools or the ways or the means to prepare for meditation. It's like trying to make the soil fertile. Meditations and from the nuggets, from the insights given by Marcus Aurelius. And in this book you will see there are 11 books, 11 chapters, and every chapter you will have some kind of nugget, some kind of insight. So if you are expecting some kind of meditation technique from this book, so it's not going to happen. He is discussing about insights, experiential insights of Marcus Aurelius. Now, what Marcus Aurelius talks about, first of all, Marcus Aurelius, as some of us may know, yes, he was a Roman emperor from 161 to 181 AD, and he is known as the last 5 good emperors by then, and some of his teachings, if I can put in four categories or 4 takeaways in training language, is he used to talk about a lot about self-control, then self-awareness, then leading a virtuous life, and acceptance of death. He used to talk about these 4 dimensions. So what he meant by self-control is, he says people have the power over their own minds. They don't have somehow the power over the external events, but obvious, right? So how we can learn an art to either avoid that which is chaotic and conflicting and focus on our own self. That's, he was talking about self-control, and which leads to the self-awareness. He's talking about that one has to be self-aware of what you are doing, awareness of self, right? And then what we do is, obviously when we get into the root cause of self-awareness and self-control, like anger management and so on and so forth, what it leads to? It leads to basically to lead a virtuous life. By virtuous life, he says, at least a very, very significant point is, he says, let's avoid any behavior or any act which goes against the nature. So can we think of, nowadays we are talking about 3 Ps, which I think 20 years back when I picked up this book, Nandan Nilekani in his book, Imagining India, he was talking about the 3 Ps, which is the basic stuff of any MBA. The profit, people, and the planet. The planet, he is talking about the importance of being eco-friendly, which now we are looking at not just the electrical companies, which are talking about the star ratings, but all of us, we are concerned about planet Earth, how we can make it pollution-free, all kinds of pollution-free. Yeah. So I look at this book as not as personality development book per se, but how to dissolve the personality, how to get into non-identity. I'm moving from identity, self-identity, which is mostly an egoic identity, to dissolve that and get into non-identity, so that you can do good work for you and others, often anonymously, not into kind of a mad race, but completely focus into raising the consciousness of goodness, of compassion, love, what Marcus Aurelius Antonius is talked about. What is self? Is this self just flesh and bone compilation, or it is much more to it? Maybe some of us may say, yes, we are an energy. So the homework is for all of us, those who are doing this, fine. What are the properties of an energy? What are the properties of an energy? Could be infinite, could be eternal, could be all-pervading, it could be invisible, and through which we can manifest anything, the matter. So the mind over matter. Often mind takes energy into account, and matter manifestation world, MEST, MEST. So it's all put together. It's matter, energy, space and time, isn't it so? The ignorant mind takes an energy as something through which one can exploit others. And this power always looks at something which is inverted, perverted and subverted, isn't it so? Nothing corrupts like power for the ignorant mind, which is an egoic mind, driven by the ego, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so when you are observing as an identity, some identity, right, you have to observe that observer, that thinker, and those moments I call as meditative moments. So like there could be various ways and means and techniques of meditation. Like Patanjali says, 112 techniques. I say many minds, many means, many ways, many tools, techniques possible when it comes to meditation. Whatever clicks to you, through which you can get into that kind of a state of mind, rather no mind. when the traffic of your thoughts cools down, you are able to see things as they are. For example, change management. Many corporate trainers and the public speakers and motivational speakers, they talk about change management, isn't it so? So my question, my request to all of us is, who can see the change? What can see the change? Something has to be absolutely, utterly at peace, non-moving, unchanging. Only then you are able to see the things. Only you are able to see the change, right? That which is unchanging can only see the change, right? The more you are into that unchanging, the more clear you can see the change. The subtlest, the slowest, and the fastest possible of change. And if you're not able to see the change, then it's for sure that you are not at the center, which is unchanging, but you are getting lost at the periphery, which is changing. You become the part of that. For example, an axle and the wheel. When you are an axle which is free from the wheel, then you can allow the wheel to take the speed of any kind without disturbance. But the axle gets identified with the wheel, and it leads to an accident because it starts moving along with the wheel. It's a simple analogy, right? Now, meditation, Marcus Aurelius, as I said, this book is not about the techniques, how to meditate or about meditation, but Marcus Aurelius is talking about certain nuggets. And as I said, 11 books in this, 11 chapters. I may read out some of the nuggets for you, some of the energy doses for you, the insights for you. For example, the eighth insight in the book 1. Through not observing what is in the mind of another, a man has seldom been seen to be unhappy. But those who do not observe the movement of their own minds of necessity be unhappy. Simple, right? Then the next insight, number 9. This thou must always bear in mind what is the nature of the whole, and what is my nature, and how this is related to that, what kind of part it is of what kind of a whole, 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 and that there is no one who hinders thee from always doing and saying the things which are according to the nature of which thou art part of it. Right? So I'm just reading out very randomly, and maybe 1. Neither in writing nor in reading wilt thou be able to lay down rules for others, before thou shalt have first learned to obey rules thyself. Much more is this so in life. Yeah. But to lead by an example, what they taught. Period. This is amazing book. This is amazing book. And at the back, it says very profound, very, very profound. It says, if someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. I repeat, I seek the truth which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception and ignorance. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when it comes to the tools of meditation and your own experience of meditation, I'm sure you're going to find the way out. And those who don't sit into any kind of meditation technique, so be it. But whatever we do, I think we should do it very honestly and with great intensity, with complete undivided focus, isn't it so? It can be, for example, you are playing certain musical instrument, so you can go further, go further, put your heart and soul to it, do it with that great intensity, right? It can be a warrior skill, maybe sword fighting. It can be, public speaking. It can be research, any scientific research or commercial research. It can be anything what you want to do it wholeheartedly. Don't leave even an iota left out. And no ifs and buts. That's what I think, then you can find yourself. I keep saying that, when it comes to work, when you're able to find your higher self, that self which is beyond what we can think, what we can imagine. We all know that there is some part in us which is witnessing to all those things which are happening. We can be with that part, at least for some moments in a day, that I call the moments of meditation. And meditation must flower into irreversible compassion for all the beings at all times, period. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much.